Yamamo akwaba afitumrike ne share yen e Facebook no so a na ye DLFM 106.9 na yemfa kasebo no enchire mankasa emfa ensomo yansha kasebo na se emfa mfiri fimfie matemu mechire kepkus ogwa na nkra abeto de kasebo prono so ewiai echire musem upiem o kepkus a edan bi asi ho no mache pa emfie pini mikese ndrada ahomache atimi adwiragu a ema nipa mienu akata wono so masem wei akwakoye arhosem yipam na nkra no echire mu sei arhosem wei no esie ndrada ahomache ewodwenbosome ne da na taso aduonunum emfimpim mienu ne aduonunum mu ewoye aidan emisachi eye area honom ewo kepkusu a eda wei atimi adwiri ede agu nipa emienu so na nkra ne chire mu sei enipa edan adwigom so no baako eye berima na baako so yoba emprefo mode epeja won me de kopie mo kepkus teaching hospital mekese no oba ne de kodu wope na emprefo chire mu sei wa nyame de nte no wa firi mokram abema na waka ho so de mekese na de emprefo gusu a wonom eja no so no ma bomode apɛ se obetumi agye ne nkwa na bɛse badwane de ma de hye wonom ewo Cape Coast South eye mo fa George kwaku Ricket Hikan wachire mu sem ada hodo bi ewo Cape Coast ne potem a na nanom asi ye na kyeye pa na so mperefo gusu momode na wonom atumi asiesie kama se bɛboa na de ahodo a eye eba maye owu afidie no wonom ahwese be yada no entumi emu ne nkokuma de hye wonom ewo Cape Coast na ba eye Facebook no so a DLFM 106.9 ya de video na to so abanya bi ne wahwe pa sikanya semkuma we so alho sema hodo a efiri Cape Coast eba na Ghana fo beka na me na etwa mu so ade na bedwirigu ya ne pam ye no amabɔ nkokora na merewa ena dan eku wonom sika de asi Cape Coast nie
nti se kwadwo oman ni mu na enye eja na kyerese edan na ebubu
we de enka yensu yire ene eja se de yensu yire no ensu onto ye nyiri ntene se eja na so akofam kaka na se de bai de ye edan ebubu kuma nipa
esa wo dade mokra na wusuru
ana no me na etwa mu ya Cape Coast ho no ma edan no bibu ye nipa mienu na ewu ye
aden
ena ndra hamache nso ebu ye no so nipa tu nipa mienu ena dan kata wo no so anyame adom ba ko de wanwu na kofi picture bia na ewo ho na me fie ntimi amfansa na nka behu pa kwabra ne se de no ho aye edan nie wei edan nie oh
said there one kasa no dadem hokra hu ni say unye safe because hey
utumi hu say nipa na kwa dan buku on bi hokra mpo na on dan na wotwam
na bu
na dan na bu na akata no so na de obewu de obepra nso apra sesi a o ma ne mo ayedin o ti se ko ba se mu prepra se ni ade ha atwen ohun ha adwen pa anti ebesere penifo ye hu bibi mo we na se dan bi simpotem no mo na se de tie na be ha adwen a mo muntungu na somdwemra sanse betra madan na kokoye afidie na kum nipa na age wonom kwa afiri wonom sem ye ma de hia wonom ade hia awuo no ye mo nyina kafra ne yakọ wo mo so mo apira no se bom pa se nkopon ya den ense wonom nyina da eya de sika ye nto akase bo no so
yanto akasebo ne so na Public Utilities Regulatory Commission for the nsema tuja echemu se no nkane abo no eye taxes eda so no se apeja ni mu akọ 2.45% a eye ade a ebehye ni dwumadie na se ewo kotonu kutawon sabosome a edikan ne da etoso kitawon sabosome no ne da edikan won fimpimienu ene aduonunu ma chesafei anakane abo no ebekọ 2.45% no mu cheme yade ensuo de gina enegina intino yade awatena ye say iwudi ujuma wo honum say ye fia wutim anejo baby biara wo na wo so hu sesese no nkane abo no mapagya mu de akọ 2.45% esan say niema abo no sese na ekosoro sanso ana exchange rate no ana fango abo so no etimi akosoro enu nam so nti ana nkane abo no matimi atomu a etimi akọ 2.45% inti mommodian enfentu wonum say yekita won sabosum yedikan e won fimpimienu ene aduonunum ni mu no eyade a taxes eda eye nkane abo so no eba abepeja ni mu nti we ni nsema eye Public Utility Regulatory Commission for ede abetuja
na ese nyinam nkane abo no motum na nsen no ne bo ne san bekọ nanim bi
sa akosoro
sa no maka on
na ke yedwinse bibia koyo yedwinse fango bo akofem bibia akofem ama Ghana fo ani age no
Some of us for no mudi sika na ma yi sije adwuma na ye basa na obi omunchi obi antum nti sa ne be say dum so live no so ba be ka ho na watua se be ya ebenya sika na
say dum so medi kwadwo medi kaya me pa de mitia
untia bi ubetua na se obe foka ba adwuma and ensida
ana meto bicycle
ana eje uto na woto kura minti ubetua se be ya menya nkane aye den adam sika yento akase bo no so na make say no His Royal Majesty Ken onye popo no oda eye Eswatini ekrona no ono kura so na ye wono mampeni ne den e de Ken Miss Wati a otoso miensa e de ma Eswatini pepe be pie o my Ghana no de abasobo kese e de ma Ghana man o kire mu se Ghana man pa ya ho brase ene nkebo mapa ahye o mayi ma no e ha adwenyi pa o kire mu e kwankan papa efiri se Omaga na yatim sese ntitru afa ya dwadie ene nketa ho ahodo a ye ne ama hofrofo etimi edi ene mpuntudwuma na Ghana ye ba adwuma ye pam obepia omaga na mu endrada emra okopia Ghana mampeni John Dramani Mahama kacha one twetwen komo na okire mi sem oda Ghana asip ye pa efri se ekwan ahodo a ye fa so eja hofro no ekonkan evi so banyo no nkwa ne baye ono oba hema edema Eswatini ene afi nso ohina kasa ni papire be pie mu a na dwuma de mu ani kan ye pa na ohene ka sem na o kire mu sem Ghana mampeni John Dramani Mahama betena banwa so enche pi na so ne modembo edifa eye organizations ahodo obimem me kire African Unity konkan ye pa Ghana ye kwanim African Union AU bibia konkan kama Ghana mampeni bae oguso a wobo adwumaden openi kire mu sem wo hwe o man Ghana nkita ho a eda o man yintem na afi nso Eswatini na konkan ye pa ni senti oda Ghana mampeni asira ne ba kwa wohwe ne mu sem ebe konkan na be ya ntiase apam ababada o my Ghana na afi nso Eswatini man ne tamu ni nyina ne sei de kan eya dwadie de toso mienu eya nsrahwe de toso miensa so ya bakosam kase efa na kase ya mamre ena nhya hodo aye no so ohwe ne mu ye pass betimi akonkan ye pam wa kire mu se ohwe o my Ghana so obebo made asire se o my Ghana na de hia wonom ewo Eswatini ne mamade anka mu ba ko pesa bebu ba kuma de ne eye kitahode ahodo aye die no nioma enkonkan wakase chimza de ba kumpa etwa ne sunuma na niji pa ne sem eye African Continental Free Trade Area no ene so aboa pam se dwade ekwo so obitumi free Eswatini ba o my Ghana bedidwa ko free obi anya ne hwe Ghana ne situmi kopie mu ewe Eswatini kodidwa bibia konkan no so chirem sem sana montu a Ghana ene amahokro so etu no eye eyade ekonkan ye pam ohene kasem no wosa chirem sem oboga na mampani aba so baye ne ma ekonkan odi sem sei editudwa.
So many things have come out of here. So many of the leaders have put frameworks for all of us in Africa. The establishment of the OAU, we are aware that Ghana has played a very big role, especially in terms of when everything was being started. And now, of course, the OAU has transformed into becoming an African Union that is trying to transform the people of Africa, make Africa a place of great opportunities, make Africa the one we want with African solutions and so on. So we are very happy that from the kingdom we are here to strengthen the cooperation, the ties between our two countries. We are looking forward to see the people of this country and to exchange a lot of information. We have a lot in common, especially when it comes to culture, lifestyles, and so on. We can share a lot of ideas could be developed. Trade, of course, goes amongst other things. As the African Continental Free Trade Area is trying to promote trade within Africa, that let's trade more with African countries. Because if you look at the trade within Africa, you can see that it is very limited. It is high time we really turn around that situation and make Africa to trade more with one another. So we are here from Eswatini to see what are the opportunities, how can we trade, because obviously when you are to do trade, infrastructure is one of the key things for any developing country or continent that has to be developed.
Ani awoti ye ne den ade Meswati Ken a otosomienso no ene da Eswatini eman no anom ne kwakura mu na Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama nso ekiremu sei ba wa ba no omanakwa aba afenso ade suade huno ene kitahudi a Ghana eda oman ena afenso Eswatini man temu no ekwanka ne pande anso ohwe ne mu sei nyina beka bomba ko se bo ba kuma de na boa na kitahudi mapa na bibiman etimi akonkɔhwe ade mu to betumi akopie mu asante mantemu na one asante hene otumufo se tutu a otosumemi so etuma kosi nkomwa na omadi nkomo pɔde nsɛm sei etudwa
unity over and over again. Unfortunately, the dream was not realized in his time, but I think that it behoves on us, the leaders of today, to do whatever we can to bring our countries even closer together. Today we are happy to have signed the African Continental Free Trade Area Protocol, and that allows us to be able to ship goods and services into each other's markets. And so your visit and the bilateral discussion that will take place after will form the framework for the cooperation that exists between our two countries. The second part of your visit will take you to greet your brother, His Royal Majesty, the King of Asante Otumfo. And he was here yesterday. He left to go and prepare to receive you. So I'm sure you're going to have quite an interesting visit to the Asante Kingdom. But I wish to warmly welcome you and the Queen and your delegation to Ghana. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Eni a woti ye Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama.
Yentua Kasiebone so na Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection Afro bibiara so mbeka omo no mbo asane ebeya eye human trafficking na wo man mu omo ayekra omo adifra man foforo so de ba oman mu ebe sresre se sika sabi ebinom so atimi bu adwaman ansa na matimi anya sika no omo mbebo asane ebeya ombetimi abo omo ho ban na omo nso a omo di sa abone no ombetimi ebu akonta ede amawom na omo hye dwumadie na se ewa bra eye human trafficking law at 20 omo pan hontuma ana omo chemu se kwan ya fa so asankrofo yom timi kofo omo ede ba oman mu sa ne be yom ba bebu adwaman ya na mposo mbegina kwan ho asresres kanini na efri wo hianti enu nti na bi mu nam so na makofifa nkola eye maame nom ne papafo atimi aba eye maba wo mbetimi aye adwumaden atimi anya musika no na chese edu anajo na omo gina kwan ho na we ba na omo de ne kwan 20 cedis 25 cedis ene oko area se wo man Ghana mudi amadi na haya crampo nudu honoma ukita 20 cedis ni indomie crampo a utimi nya bi etimi de ne ko esanse ya de a wo se asa na de be china ko enya sika na de ama nipa na okofa no ede ne ba na mu chie ma de akoso ne de entwa ye kura na we na eye Dr. Afisa Zagaria ejina ye Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection eye Dr. Agnes na Momola Tanemu ekasa na ochemu se ya de Ghana ban ebomode ade hye pegu akwemu sane ebeye ebeboa na human trafficking no metimi esi ano kwan sanso ana mode emra ba eye dwumaku ahoro ebetumi edimi edi dwuma ewo man mu sanso ana omefa nimde kwan so timi ahese emra na mu beye den ene hyehye ya hodro no so no obi abetimi afem sane ebeye ebeboa na human trafficking no ometimi esi ano.
Ladies and gentlemen, each year Ghana joins the rest of the world in commemorating the World Day Against Human Trafficking, also known as the Blue Day, to raise awareness on the dangers associated with human trafficking. In the year 2010, the United Nations General Assembly, during the adoption of the Global Plan of Action to combat human trafficking in persons, urged governments worldwide to take coordinated and consistent measures to combat human trafficking. This led to the designation of 30th July every year as a day set aside to remember the suffering of all victims, showing compassion for their plight and making policies and programs interventions to support the fight against human trafficking. The global theme for the commemoration of this year's Day Against Trafficking in Persons is under the theme, Reach Every Victim of Trafficking, Leave No One Behind. This theme calls to action, or for us to act not just with words, but with intentional and inclusive efforts to uncover, protect, and support every single individual affected by trafficking, no matter their background, gender, age, or migration status. Distinguished guests, in November 2000, the UN General Assembly adopted the UN Protocol to prevent, suppress, and punish trafficking in persons, especially women and children, also known as the Palermo Protocol. The international law that defines human trafficking using three significant elements known as the act, means, and purpose.
Eniya wuti ye Dr. Efisa Zakaria ne Chief Director Edema Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Enuachi ana ye otitineni Edema Committee ewo Gender, Children and Social Protection eyo nyonyafo Helen Adwoa Intosu enso de nsem etudwa na ochemu se eyade amrahebedwafo no ehese mra no betimi adi su no maboa sane ebeyo a eye omom ka bi ewom su dwumedie no mbeka omho no matimi ene omadi se adwuma no esanse hu behia pa se eba eye omo ayefo omo ede eba oman Ghana mo ebedi dwuma ensem fata ne betimi akoatia esanse aye oha kese pa ewo man yi mu.
At the media launch commemorating the World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, today we gather to raise awareness about the dangers of human trafficking and exploitation and to reflect on the progress made in combating this crime in Ghana. As the chairperson of the Committee on Gender, Children and Social Welfare, I wish to acknowledge the critical role Parliament plays to fight against human trafficking. As parliamentarians, we have a responsibility to ensure that the Human Trafficking Act, 205 Act, 694 is effectively implemented and enforced. We also provide oversight and support to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and other stakeholders in their efforts to combat human trafficking. In the past 20 years, we have made significant progress in addressing human trafficking in Ghana. However, challenges persist, and we must continue to work together to identify new approaches and solutions to this complex issue. What we're doing as Parliament is that we're strengthening laws and policies to prevent and respond to human trafficking.
DLFM 106.9.
Eniya wuti ye eyo nyonyafo Helen Adwoa Intosu na ye otitineni Edema Committee Emma Gender, Children and Social Protection na manibo yensem troni Alimatu Abubakar dodona efre no Hajia Sweetness ana edebesomie
yanto akase ebo no so ene yankwaso anyira mu ewo my Ghana na yenyira hobambo nsemu na Ghana Customs Division make say wanomsa akankraman mienu a enkraman wonumani adin ye pa ni nan se yade ampanifo atumi edo mafa brofo kasem atete wonum ye pa ema nkraman omu hwehwia omutum se sabe we ye hobambo nkraman ene we ye nipa na bono wo tirimu a na omaboa na abambofo ensa atimi akam na nkraman mienu am de be pie mu ewo man Ghana mu yade a wande wo mo efi UK ebrochimam ne ba ya wo mo de ne se we ye obi a wudi enibono ho dwa omutum hwehwia wo ho saa na o ma kire se we ne krachi we enibono wa no ho mehwe na taso a red abosoma na o ma hwehwia saa na o ma yiro pa chi se twe na ya chew na ya jefru se de akoto afiase ebie wo nso wo ye obi a wotade ejesetuo di ma yawo na hye wo ho a enkrama tumi hwehwia saa hunu say yes wo ye nokre wo ye nipa bonfo pa wonya wu abedi na enkrama yatuma da su bia de na ya chew na ya gituo ne de afire wonsem afins wo ye obi a wotumi de sika bone hye wo ho ene ma hodo sika wa hye wataso wo pese odi kwedi bone edi dwane ko ba bia na enkrama hwehwia saa na ya chew na aboa na ja yatumi age de afire wonsem na mpelefo kirem sem ena mo man Ghana ho ba mo nsem se be ko nkan na boa na nansan enubone ho dwa ekoso man Ghana no etu obetwa ena afinso etu obasa ekwekura manfo no eyade mpelefo pese etu otinde mo mode akofa nkrama be so meboem na mka kwa bo man Ghana ahobambo ko titire mo mode egiban etoban ewo ya hye so ne mmoa na nipa bi mo mode anam koti kwanso edi bone wo man mu no eso entimi entwa na saa enkramanya bai edin ba kwada omo so ne ye K9 dogs aba adwonko omani adin ye pa ma babo ban agiban na boa ma nipa bi mo nam koti kwanso aya basabasa edi e wo man mu no eso etimi etwa da dwumade we mu na yade international partners eka ho eye German Development Cooperation etwanitia eka ne say GIZ eka ho in a European Union and if Swiss Development Corporation ka ho bi adwuma de we no etimi obetotwa nam na opani pa no ekwasa adwuma de we ase Brigadier General Grover Ashon Anan ono ye Commissioner of Customs edin same say edit to do adwuma de no ase.
Today marks a significant milestone in our efforts to strengthen border security and safeguard our nation from the constantly evolving threats of illicit drug trafficking. Before I proceed, I would like to, on behalf of the government of Ghana and the Customs Division of GRA, express our sincere gratitude to the German government and Ghanaian UK Limited for their steadfast and ongoing support. Your partnership has played a vital role in strengthening our operational capabilities, especially in revenue mobilization and public safety. One of the core mandates of the Customs Division of GRA is to help ensure security and public safety. In recent years, West Africa has experienced a worrying rise in drug trafficking and opioid abuse, particularly among the youth. Like other countries in the sub-region, Ghana cannot afford to overlook this increasing threat. Recognizing the severity of this threat, the Customs Division of GRA has taken deliberate steps to enhance our detection and interception capabilities. These include deploying mobile laboratory vans to our land frontiers, using Raman spectrometer at the seaports, and improving our intelligence gathering and risk profiling operations.
Any awuti ono ona oje Commissioner of Customs ne den the Brigadier General Grover Ashon Anan ena wote ne kan na ne kwakwa adwumadie na ekoso ni papa na oye pani ono na adwumadie wei oda no a ne esi ne sere so mekire eye pod programs manager Atrade ko ekasa adwumadie na se ne wochire mu se adwumadie wei no ebeboa pa Manchester Ghana o ma yetimu no enipa o mabode afa kwoti kwan edi no bone edi hu dwa wo mayi mo no enkra betumi aboa che wonom ema men ye ho atumi atoye pa o kire mi se o kire se eye o betumi ene eye Ghana Revenue Authority for beka mapoa ema dwumadi be bekọ so enipa bi befa kwoti kwan edi no bone etuo anasa akodie bia ba wuro mo enkra betumi aboa ema sa nipa no yatumi aso nipa chi o kire mi se abana beta yachi Efrinsu German aban European Union and Efrinsu eye Swiss eye development eye cooperation no beboa pa ema my Ghana no matumi akonkan ema nkwentebo mapa atumi adwuma mamra nso die eye adwuma my Ghana odin sem sei etudwa.
It is a great pleasure and honor for me to participate in this ceremony, which is a very special and actually a very joyful one. This is because of the two new inhabitants of this canine, Albi and Halter. These are two English Springer Spaniels who shall contribute to the work of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority and actually present a lively symbol of our long-standing cooperation. This handing over is part of our Good Governance Program, PAIR, which stands for Participation, Accountability and Integrity for a Resilient Democracy in Ghana. We as GIZ implemented together with our Ghanaian partners, especially institutions from the government of Ghana, other state institutions on behalf of the German government, the European Union and the Swiss Development Corporation. Our engagement is about fostering integrity, accountability and rule of law in Ghana, and the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Customs Divisions play a very important role to achieve this. These dogs, and I hope we will see them, and I find them also cute and nice, will now assist us, and especially you, dear partners, safeguard Ghana's economic integrity, which is a precondition for the well-being of all citizens of Ghana.
Any awuti ono ene dwumadia Abrofi eden kraman every UK dia ba maga dembe bo ma ho ba mbonsem akọ nkan no ono ena ode animu a dwumade we ebekoso owo my Ghanam ne den ede asteroid coal ne ena wotiye
yanto akase bone so na dom kuma momra shebedwafie abekasa echemu se eye adwumayefo be ye oha ye Bank of Ghana fo eye omadi no omomomadian no monsanfo monko eye omudibia no omombomadian kodi dwuma esan so mo kaseti kwan yo mo fa so mo timi yi o madi echemu se enya ade antiase bia ewo msanso ana mo chemu o mabu emra ne so esan so kwan ya ye adwumayefo ne wo so mo di o mo dwuma no ya de o ma bre na se na bra mo ne nsamtwafo etwetwe nkomo nam na hwebedwani edema eye zavilugu eye hajia fatahia Adwoa Agyei edi tuja na ochemu se eye dwumadi a ye Central Bank for edi ye na yade a enti ono de nya de ogi tumukra esan se Bank of Ghana for no ambomodin amma eye nipa ohayi ankwa mudi ankwa ankodi omudwuma eye mra hwebedwafo a eye omo odom kuma anim no eye de omo abo mutiri mu pose omo so no mbedi dwuma bi edi etia wom we na oche se ye mpanifo mo Bank of Ghana honom na waso mo de akuntabuo etimi eye adwuma inti governor edema Bank of Ghana waso otimi ba mra hwebedwam se ne ebe ya ombeto na ne wa chemu de nta wanya tumi no di dwuma sa.
The minority in parliament stands shoulder to shoulder with these workers, and we will not waver. We demand 1. Immediate reinstatement. The Bank of Ghana must restore every single dismissed worker to their rightful position without any further delay. Their appointments were lawful, their terminations were not. 2. Accountability from the governor. The governor of the Bank of Ghana must face parliament and explain this heartless abuse of power. You are not above the law, and you will answer to the people. 3. Action from labor authorities. Call on the Chief Labor Officer, the National Labor Commission, and the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Shraj, to intervene immediately to protect these workers, hold their rights, and stop this lawlessness. 4. Legal redress. To the dismissed workers, we say the law is your shield. Under Article 33 of the Constitution, we have the right to seek justice in the courts. Stand ready to support you. 5. Parliamentary resolve. The minority will push a motion for a full parliamentary inquiry with unrelenting vigor. We will expose this injustice, work tirelessly to reverse these terminations, and hold the government accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to end by saying this is not just about these 100 workers. It is about the soul of our republic. We must choose between the rule of law by degree. Parliament must stand firm. Institutions must act within the law. Workers must be protected.
Eni ya wuti ye mra hwebedwani edema zavilugu eye hajia fatahia Adwoa Agyei.
Yantu akasiebo no so ne yankwaso anyira mu ewo MPP osno kokukama nyuku na kachia na mashibedwani de ma de hia wonom ewo Okankwe Central me wo faase onimnyamfo Patrick ya Aboama ne ho afeye pam odensema tudwa echirem se MPP amanyuku ewo sese no wonom aka ndifo no maye mre o maye goho se sabi nkontomri o chirem se wo hwe MPP amanyuku ne pa kane pansere MPP amanyuku ne tia sesie pa de sade yakone yamianum ne kureni ahomete MPP amanyuku ne ba na oye mahwe free sade amanyuku na ayemna ye no ehu behia pa se betumi atena asena mo de atoto ne mapam o de sade tudwa emna no ne sentrefo kasa ena o chirem se odinani edi MPP amanyuku mu akotene ye party ne mu ache na se dum pempensu ba kanifo meda amanyuku na no edu ba bia ehu behia pa se nansense de mekọ wado ade no o mena yasifo no mabọ ne MPP amanyuku no etumi afa ntoma pa etimi edi afram Patrick Boamaka semo ena o chirem se wo hwe mpanifo akodo bi se national executives na se ameke se no edu ba bia se momode atena se no MPP amanyuku no se obuo ena ne de etumi ba mapa na se edu ba bia na obi aya de ope kasantwi ne ma hodo bia nsenfota na ekọ so o chirem se ba ne sa MPP amanyuku no ebe ha dwenye pa o chirem se mpanifo mankuntawo mapa enye dwuma no mfo obo mo be bo MPP amanyuku no etimenya hodin bi odin semsei edetudwa.
As a party, we've gone through reforms, we've gone through changes that led to the election of President Kufuor in Legon and also in Sunyani, and subsequently he became the president of Ghana. This party has produced 2 presidents. We are fortunate to have 2 sitting former presidents alive. I'm calling on them to call for some action and order in the party because this party produced them. If we are going through this turmoil, we ask that they call people around the table and have a heart-to-heart chat with them.
Are you a member of National Council?
I'm a member of National Council, National Executive. My chairmanship as the chairman of the subsidiary legislation. There were 2 meetings on that day, and because of the vetting of the justices, I went for the NEC meeting. So when the minority leader came, he asked that myself and the Deputy Leader, Madam Patricia PJ, go to Parliament to take care of the vetting of the judge. So we left the venue because I had asked the General Secretary when I got there whether a decision was going to be made for early Congress. And he said, oh, he wasn't too sure about that, but it could come up. So when I went back, the leader came after the first meeting, that was NEC, and told me that, oh, he was going to go for the council, but we should stay and continue with the vetting.
Enuachi ena yao Patrick Buama kasemo ena wasan chire musem. Ade abakwa ena tete na ha dwen yipa ne sem. Efitiri ma emfimpi mienu nya dunu na abato no kwa yepe. Ena MPP amenyekoi mentemwase kakra tumi sori yesa. O chire mu se enka hu behia pa se mpanifo betena se. Na mentemwase biara ama no homene so ewe MPP amenyekoi betumi asiesie ni nyina kama. Nanso mpanifo antumi anya ne sa tena se animanim yeda. Abehada echimtama akoto aba. Akwakopo kanini akutu franka de MPP. O chire mu se sa na motu mpanifo atu no. Ono omunya adwen efisenta wanta wa ekoso ne nyade a etu atumatwa kese animanim yi kan hu hia se nkomko hyebre ekoso makoto aba kura.
You know, theatrics is not part of our profession. When lawyers walk into, go to secure bail or any place, what you do is that you engage the investigator, make sure that the person's statement and see whether it's going to be granted there or not.
No, any ayepe no. Am say e book careful kakra, opa baby akwa akwahye nti no. Enya de ono na yanya nti momfa ncha ye pa ye boye homoden say eni ahodo a Patrick yabo amade tu dwane yensa betumi amamo.
I've stated on various platforms that I'm against this approach of selecting a flag bearer when we haven't fixed the party. We need to fix the party. We need to fix the party to make the party attractive again, to be able to win a general election. That is why I said we need a very organized and disciplined party to elect a president, not a flag bearer. Because those declaring to be flag bearers and what have you, what are we standing on? What are we going to be standing on to win a general election? What some of my people forget is that what led to our abysmal performance was the lack of public trust in our party. And we need to build that public trust and confidence again, because it cannot be that you go into an election and produce this result and all you are interested in is to electing a flag bearer. Nobody does that.
Ne kwa mo no ena okan kwe central ma shebe dwane onimnyamfo Patrick Yaboama kasemo ena wasan kire musem. Ade ba konso a ehese masebe dwafo ne ye panto momade antena onyina omo na so se memema. Na afei omo mfe kire omo sen aduasam yenu nka na kran kire omo ho. Na ma bia da omo so betumi aye na abona manyokwa gya nna so no omo nya efrisem. Edu ba bia esi omo si sakoba se omo ya omo ho lakada seka performance nkwanka no so ba ha manyokwa de omo de an fe kire omo sen. Na mba modin a kire se o se na ekoso nti omunye se modin so omonso ne mabia omoye enkwankan no wo mbe yen pia mayoko no etimi ejane na so.
We as a caucus ought to also conduct an in-depth analysis of our performance as a caucus. We need to engage a group like ISA or the Institute of Democratic Development or CDD to also assist us, because it's in our general interest to know, because you can't offer prescription to somebody when you haven't done the diagnostics well. And that is where we are lacking. For us to jump and determine that, oh, National Council has the right to fix the venue and date to select a flag bearer, I think, with the greatest of respect, just putting the cart before the horse. Nobody. The party steering committee has the elected executives of the party, and the minority leader attends on behalf of the caucus. It's one person who attends the steering committee. Their decisions are sent to the National Executive Committee. Then National Executive Committee reports to the National Council. That is the procedure. Then some of the decisions cannot be taken by National Council.
Eni a wotie mashebe dwane edema adehia wonom ewo okan kwe central. Ne den edonimnyamfo Patrick Yaboama na yanto akase bono so de yentwapo enkopie mamanfo eye wonom amanso am meka sei omampanin edema US ma no eje Donald Trump me wo fase ni buofo papa o kiremu a entokwa hodo a Israel man ene afenso Iraq eman ekon no omunyai efisade ekoso nya de beboa ma amamie no no wiase amane afane nyina nso no ahoto etimi aba o decided to dwa emram okopie mu onato wonom sametase ana wo kirem se ne akọ papa na ya ne ye pa se ne Israel man etimi ato ede ahye ewura man no so ebo mo se todwe adenti na mba ne saa o kire ma ba ne saa mo akore visa sabe entokwa no fa so be pa na wo so Donald Trump aka se kire mi se so manya obetwa maso ye pa free se na mutu na ba ne saa na nipa nkwa na wonom edi agro or the same say edi tudwa.
I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you understand that? Wey ayam wafa so ono na yema mpenen edema US man no ne den edi Donald Trump eno wo kirim sentokwa hodo a Israel man no na afin so Iran fontokwa no munja viso makwa kyade do eba ne sa emu akura we ne nyina we su ne madwenkyere ne yankenka bi na yemfa nsomo wey every piaga no kirim say in fact ka se more the sound manam wey su every style boy eno wo kirim so here live and clear the free ahafo mem airport na ka se more the sound manam we so every more for say Adwoa Agyei no kire mi say ehun so mponi ohwe live edi free Christian village eye achim watancha kese nkoma eye area mama afin so Anita eye commando na afei West Madina so chiamu nyina meda se Richard ahwe so ohwe live edi free Gbe station we bia dia tum na ye DJ Ghanaman fidie ne so ehwanom eye DLFM anes o chim so man adwumaden aye bonyankopon hye yi panakase bone mo de pasa no manam we nso efre ye Simon ayite na wo kire mi sem good afternoon good news asempapa na be kase bone mo de pam we nso efre Hansen de oduncha na wo kire mi sem good afternoon Sammy B ene Adwoa Agyei Sikapa de asepana adwumaden aye bon in fact de kase bone mo de pasa no manam o chem se ejiba bia na ohwe live e de free Atomic Hotel Dansoman de odunie meda se we nso efre eye Nana Kwame Opasco Newman o kire mi sem in fact kase bono emu adapa no hwe live edi free MPP headquarters asalam down ya de asese na nyame nhira opidi aka ne de Adwoa awoso wate we nsu every eye ela dofe na okirem say in fact kase boy emu adapa no hwe live edi free ashalobotwe aha na echema ma manjoma me chana me pam okirem say in fact ye bo adwumaden ye paayi ko ya joso Sikapa kase bo na de ayeden
ye de si
emu semufo na ye hwan
Miss Mabel Entry
hwan na de ko pie mo Facebook no so Kofi T wache hene no ho fe pa hwan da chinchima firi from mama yen
DJ
Zigibi senior man himself chinchima firi from akasebo ne muda ho kroje ma mo akenka fo mi na yesi nkumnya ye hone tian sentem besem awie no edi amede so aya mode hye konkron takra de kwadwa krom de hye nie Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B ma hoteden ene ehunsi ompene mene mo fa se ba
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa
ana hoteden ene
Dum Solevi
yes so hwan na ba
Nana Adwoa Silky akire mu hima enfifi mu hima radio mu ya santo
afi
enkecha hima
ana kwakura mu na
Michael Jackson
mesra radio no wana wo ye den
wana otoy
Nana Adwoa na pamfort na se a
enye odi abi
when wan fa wonya de wonsanya den
anka
aha nto mo be one hwan na ba
sexy journalist
ena afi
kwame efum
wo mo executive producer ye hwan
Kofi Taylor
aha wo ye adwuma ni nyina wo kire won me de ma wo no Mesra radio no wa wo de amfansa ka fitina Adwoa Sikri na pamfo ebe somo mpai ma mo nyina mo ene tia adehye